Hello and welcome. Um, Kept shutting off, so there's already a few cards out. There's only like 3 out, but anyway, so for an aspect of ourselves that we may be dealing with this week, mindset and like our mindset, how we look at things. Our perception on things, whether we're allowing others to decide how the reality of our situation is because we create our reality. Fated to Suffer came out. It's really blurry. I kept trying to find a way to make it work, and there we go. But that's the card that came out for just an aspect of ourselves that we may be working on or focusing on this week. And so this card is a waxing gibbous moon, so that's almost a full moon. And the full moon is representative of, represents abundance and new beginnings, and a full moon can illuminate our path too, just as much as the sun can. So you should definitely have a mindset of abundance and being positive in a situation. But what the book says, once upon a time we believed in fairy tales. They were the voice of common sense, the educational tool which prepared us to duty, danger, and morals. Some things we would never accept if they were told by a single voice. So the world arranges us to hear them with 1,000 voices, 1,000,000 voices. It's about what you can do and what you can't do. What are you worth? What can you aspire to? It's about what you like, what you want, what you hold dear. It creates a script which becomes as strong as all the voices that believe that script combined. So much that you cannot see another path. Are you truly seeing Snow White in the card? Is this story truly the only one that this image can tell? What if the apple is not poisoned? What if the witch is not evil? Is that the same at what you look in your life? Is it truly what you think it is? Are there not any other options? Is the opinion of others honestly better than yours? Even if they are many and we are only one, are you fated to suffer? It is not that there is no suffering in the world. The point is that there is no fate. So, we create our own realities, we create our own paths, we manifest into our lives, what we think and what we believe, and we take our actions based off of what we think and what we believe. And if we think and believe and convince ourselves that we know that we're going to suffer and everything's going to turn out bad and we're not good enough for this, and then that's what we're going to bring into our lives. So I guess what I really pull away from this is you're only fated to suffer if you believe that you're fated to suffer, and if you manifest that thought, that perception, that belief into your life. The 2 cards that came out for the daily healing were Make Gentleness a Habit, and what I took away from that was when we are put into certain situations, whether could be a job, could be certain people in your life, sometimes they can bring out aggression. A lot of aggression, maybe parts of yourself that you don't really like using, because there's good and badness, and there's good and bad in all of us, and Sometimes, even though can feel weak, it can make you feel weak to be the peacekeeper sometimes, but because aggression isn't a bad thing, sometimes you do have to kind of pull out the guard dog, so to speak, but sometimes being a peacekeeper is just the better path. It's the higher path in certain situations, and it can be hard to do that with certain situations and certain people, but in the long run, that might be your best bet. And if you feel that maybe bringing peace and gentleness into that situation, then you should do that. And if other people are telling you not to do it, but you know that it's the right thing to do, then you should stop listening to those people. And as for your own life, you should gently realign your thought process and how you perceive things, and really try to catch yourself, because, if you let it build, it's harder to shut down, Be gentle with yourself, along with others, and learn and grow from the wisdom of your feelings by allowing yourself to befriend rather than deny them. So, when we go through experiences and situations in our lives, sometimes we just put them in a box, and we put them in a closet, and we just leave them there. I guess not everybody does that, but some people do. And that's not really how you heal from a situation. Because eventually that closet's going to get full, and you're carrying all that baggage from the past that you never really went through, I mean, you went through it, but you didn't look back at it and heal from it. You just stuffed it in a box and moved on. But if you move on like that, you're carrying the past with you instead of learning from that experience and healing from that experience, and then moving on with love and forgiveness and an open mind. And it can be hard to do, but it's important, because it's kind of like bandaging a wound without cleaning it out. I guess that's a good analogy. It can get infected, and then the healing process is going to take longer. So maybe this week you should start cleaning out that closet. Overcoming came out with that one, so I'm going to pull that one out. Let's see what else came out for the messages. So we have everything changes on top. Overcoming. Today, in this great school of life, I practice self-discovery by acknowledging that my fears, anger, and ego separate me from my divinity. I allow the light to grow inside me. This light gives me the power to reign over my inner kingdom. Today, I overcome all that separates me from the light that is my truest self. So, ego can feed into our fears. I mean, just the whole, I'm not good enough, or thinking bad about yourself, thinking you're a monster or a terrible person, or bullying yourself over bad habits that you have. That feeds into your fear, that feeds into your self-doubt, and when you're filled with fear and self-doubt, you manifest that into your reality, and then you believe that you're fated to suffer because you're suffering. So, you really need to just illuminate those corners that where your ego and your anger and where those things hide, and redefine them. That's the word I'm getting. Maybe break it down. Consciousness. Today, I pay attention to every thought and feeling that I manifest. My outer world reflects my inner consciousness. I pour the light of my awareness on my most constructive thoughts so they will grow and produce the experience I want. Mindful of what I create in this universe, I become an expression of divine light. So when you do clean out that closet, you're going to elevate your consciousness, and you're going to invite new energies into your life and new experiences into your life, and you're going to illuminate your reality. And it's going to be very healing and bright and happy. Your ego and your fear is an illusion. Remain in the light. Today I observe, I take time to think calmly and wisely. I go forward with complete confidence, knowing I will succeed. No matter what happens today, I will remain in the light. I will maintain my faith and my equilibrium. In this way, I nurture my soul and become a strong and steady representative of the light. So when you're drowning in your fear and self-doubt, it can feel dark, but the light is always there. It just makes you believe that it's not. Open the curtains in that closet. A spirit animal. Your cat. Sorry. So for the spirit animal this week, we have a meerkat. Get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. Remember in The Lion King, Timon, he wanted to go and see what was beyond the tunnels, and then he found his best friend Puma, and then they befriended a lion. Simba. It was a very unlikely group of friends, but those were his buds, that was his tribe. Maybe venturing out of your comfort zone is how you re-invite the light into your life, maybe where you feel comfortable to re-invite the light into your life. That's a better way of wording it. But I'm going to read from the book anyway. The people in your life would love to offer their support to you. Your only job is to receive it and, indeed, sometimes even ask for it. Those whom you feel closest to and trust the most are the individuals you can rely on to be there for you, especially when you really need it. People who are dealing with dire illness and have the support of friends and family members usually fare the best. However, you certainly don't need to experience such an extreme situation to take advantage of the love and care that others have to offer. Write down a list of the names of people you trust the most, and then go back through it and identify 3 traits in each of these individuals that make you trust them. When you're finished, you'll not only have a good idea of the qualities in those you rely on, but also a clear notion of the characteristics that make a person trustworthy in your eyes. Sure, you've been burned or disappointed at one point or another, when you've trusted someone and were let down or betrayed. Everyone has experienced this. So now you may be afraid that if you let others in and count on them for support, something similar will happen. Those memories, consciously or subconsciously, will not only filter out any chance of being disappointed or hurt, but will also serve to keep others who are trustworthy at a distance. Look under that filter and listen to what your gut instincts tell you about a particular individual. How do they match up with you? How do they match up with the list of characteristics you find trustworthy? Take a chance and let yourself receive love and support. Wow. Well, I guess that's your homework for the week. So for the heartfelt thoughts, I am always perfectly protected. When a fearful thought comes up, I recognize that it is trying to protect me. I thank it and let it go with love. So, along with that, you're protected in going out of your comfort zone. And I know it's a big step, but it's okay. You're protected and you're loved, and there's only going to be things to fear if you believe that there are things to fear. That's a pretty one. Well, they're all pretty. So, for the Native Heart Healing Oracle. I'm so sorry. I haven't been able to speak for like the past 2 weeks. I don't know what's happening. But we have Grandmother Moon. It's really blurry. I'm so sorry. Oh God. Grandmother Moon. A shining example. This too shall pass and trust your feelings. The healing energy of Grandmother Moon is guiding you to step back within the sacred lunar cycles. In doing so, you will find yourself within the divine ebb and flow of our great universe. Grandmother Moon governs the emotional body, that is, the ocean within. It is time that you allow yourself to flow and embrace the goddess. Grandmother Moon tells us that to seek is not to find, and that to try promotes an element. Grandmother Moon tells us that to seek is to not find, and that to try promotes an element of failure. However, there are no wrongs, and this is not about succeeding or failing, but allowing and surrendering yourself to the divine flow of all that is. Our grandmother leads by a beautiful example of trusting her cycles. Her trust creates an energy that you may step into to be within her cycles. And in doing so, you too can trust in the rise and falls of all that is unfolding. Be the creator of your own world, and do so knowing that all is available to you in perfect timing within the turning of the cycles. Your thoughts and beliefs can place limitations on your ability to receive and pull you out of your innate cycles. So trust and feel the energies of Grandmother Moon, and know that you are safe to explore all she brings into your awareness. Have faith in how you feel when you are synchronized with her and the goddess within. Feel the divine feminine and appreciate that her energy is not one of doing, but simply being. Take time out to sit with her, be with her, and breathe her into the flower that you are. You will soon discover that the goddess has been within you all along. The Grandmother Moon Meditation. Where possible, do this meditation outside at night when you can see the moon. Lie down comfortably where you will not be disturbed and place the Grandmother Moon mandala on your heart. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your heart space. Slow down your breathing and feel your stomach rise and fall and synchronize with your natural rhythm. Visualize your inner flower. See it in its full beauty. You are the flower. The flower is you. If you are outside, open your eyes and gaze at the moon. If you are inside, imagine you can see her. As you look or imagine the moon, breathe her energy deeply into your flower. Feel her energy flowing and weaving throughout every cell within your being, down through your feet and into the earth. You will feel your heart expand and your flower opening to receive the energy of the goddess. You are safe to leave your heart space open and your flower blossoming so you can feel the ebb and flow of all that is pulsing through your being. You can now have confidence in the cycles of life. When you are ready, open your eyes and journey on. Wow. Well, hopefully that helped. And I hope you have a blessed week.